as I am, the Queen G Lamb, blazing your mind, stunning, lovable, and classy. I be who I be, so don't fix me. I'm the real Dame, son, the dominant one. I demand no command you out your seat. Get on your feet as I rock. Welcome to the Gigi Iam Show. I'm Gigi Iam, and we have a very exciting show for you today. So you want to stay tuned in. I have very special guests in the studio with me. Bryan Franklin, economic development leader, will be talking with me today, and also joining us that will be with a new band. He's going to be performing Warren. He is an amazing singer-songwriter with a new band called Climb, and we're going to be hearing him play a little bit later today. But right now in the studio with me is Mr. Bryan Franklin. Welcome.
Hey Gigi, thank you so much for having me here.
Of course. Thank you for being here. And I want to talk with you first of all about what 1iMall means, because you are the founder of that. What does that mean?
Well, the internet is a very unique place, and most people who play in the space haven't figured out that there are not going to be lots of folk who are going to do extremely well. Yeah. It's only going to be a few. And so 1iMall is about connecting folk all over the country collaboratively via the internet, via one internet mall. One internet mall.
I really, really like that. Now, you saw a need for change, and why is that?
Well, more need for change in .com and the way people look at .com, as well as what I talk about, the home-based business environment. As you may know, I don't have to convince people that jobless rates are escalating dramatically. We're now in a global economy. And so many people are losing their jobs, and so as a result, they're looking for ways to feed their families. And so they'll run to home-based business opportunities without really doing their due diligence. And so I felt someone needed to create something that was viable, that held up to mathematical scrutiny under a microscope. So that's what the change is all about, understanding the marketplace well.
Now, you also serve on the advisory council of Central Cities for Gifted Children's Association, Recycling Black Dollars, and Link LA. Tell us more about that.
Well, let's start with Central Cities. I was a gifted child. I don't know what happened as I got older. But it's really a joy. The executive director of the Central Cities Gifted Children's Association was my 5th grade teacher, by the way.
Really?
And he reminded me when I joined the board that, Bryan, you were always different. And I says, Mr. McGlynn, what does that mean? How should I take that? Different good or different strange?
In what way?
One of the things that he always says is you never accepted things for the way they were. I always ask why. And so that's what I do today. I don't just accept things for the way they are. I always ask why. So that's the Central Cities, and our whole objective there is to help parents identify if their children are gifted or not, and then more importantly, ensure that the inner city schools have the resources to support the brilliance that's out there. And frequently, when children ask lots of questions, many parents just stop asking so many questions, they're actually stifling their growth. And so we want them to understand that those questions mean something, to understand that that child might be gifted and have want to know why things are going on in the world that are going on, versus, shut up, I'm busy. And so the Gifted Central Cities is a very important place that I enjoy doing work there. And then recycling black dollars, I mean, that says, I think it by itself, it's imperative that we recycle our dollars. And many other cultures do, why don't we? So we really need to do that. So I appreciate Mohammed Nasruddin's work with recycling black dollars.
Are you saying that there's anything particular that folks should be recycling their dollars into?
Well, just be conscious, and not black only, but have a race-first philosophy. Many other cultures do, where they'll look for someone within their culture first. If they don't find someone, then they'll go outside, and I support that 100%. I think most people would support that. I believe charity should begin at home. So if you're going to buy something, is there someone you can buy from that's your culture first? If not, then go elsewhere. So that's what Recycling Black Dollars, I think, is all about. And then my Link LA, that's a unique organization. That's a networking organization for business professionals. And
you are a busy man.
Not at all. I have more time than everybody I know, literally.
Okay.
And you know that, Gigi. You call me and I call you during the day, and typically we get each other.
Yes.
And part of the reason I'm very systematic And so I have systems in place. And so the Link LA, we do a meeting twice a month at our office, no big deal. Go ahead.
What is most important to you? What is it that you want people to know? What are you conveying to them? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, what is the message here as far as bringing people together? One of the things that I talk about and that this platform is about is empowerment, spirit, and love. Now,